Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here, and this is episode 2, playing on the game Foundation. It's a medieval city simulation, city builder simulation. Really having a lot of fun playing this. It's been a pretty popular series so far, so I'm looking forward to diving into episode 2. If you did not see episode 1, there's a link in the description below that will take you to that, and at the very end, you can see my original video where I just kind of reviewed it and talked through things a little bit, but really that one probably is unnecessary if you're watching this series, because pretty much everything I covered in the review and the first look is also being covered in this series. So to pick up where we left off, we've got a nice thriving little village here. Currently, as things go, we've got a nice amount of villagers. We've got currently, let's see, how many do we have exactly? Let's go ahead and pull up the information. We've got 16 serfs and 14 commoners. Pull up our little village information window here. I'm going to put that on this side just so when I get quests and things, they'll pop up. So we've got 30 total. We've got more immigrants coming in 5 days. We're going to go ahead and allow that because I could use the additional help, and I've really got plenty of food right now. So as things move along, it's going to get tougher and tougher because we're going to be managing more and more that's happening. We got another house going up here pretty soon. I've got some construction happening over here, as well as our bakery, which is currently about to be built. So once that gets going, we're going to start producing bread, which is a big step in the right direction. And then, of course, the next phase of buildings will be our sheep farm, our weaver hut, and our tailor's workshop. So we can start producing clothing and things. So it looks like our soldiers are all standing in one place, and that's why it's kind of changing constantly here. We've got 5 soldiers at the moment. And a couple of helpful hints that some folks have been giving me on the video comments from the first video. I want to just say in advance, I appreciate those things, and I'll be talking through some of those things that folks suggested as conditions warrant. But that's where we're at right now. Actually, we're going to keep that villager list open. And we'll kind of jump in and out as situation allows and as conditions change. So we've got 2 more villagers joining. I'm noticing that I'm not keeping up with the wheat. The wheat is being milled into flour faster than I can produce it. So I'm going to go ahead and increase the area that we are farming. So let's go over to the development zones, kind of grow this field out a little bit more, and we're gonna have to clear some more of these trees out. So I want to make sure that we're queuing up all of these trees to be harvested. We'll eventually get there. I put another area here for folks to do that. I think it's probably time to go ahead and buy this additional land right here so we can continue to expand things. So let's go ahead and buy that. We've got another free land coming our way. Actually, a couple more, I think. So it's just going to increase our taxes. Yeah, I do have at least one more free land coming, but I don't want to increase the taxes until I absolutely need that free land. So let's go ahead and continue to allow extraction of all of these trees. We're going to clear them all out. Eventually, when the time comes that I've cleared out enough trees, we'll worry about reforesting, but I'm far from needing to do that right now. Bakery's almost done. We'll have to assign one of our new immigrants to work the bakery. I'm also still waiting for workers to get over here for builders to finish up the upgrades to the market. Looks like that's happened now. I'm going to pause for just a second. So we're going to assign another couple of market tenders here, because what we're going to need to do now is select some additional things that we want to sell, bread being one of them, and then common clothes will be the other. We're not at that place yet where we're going to have to worry about that, so I think I can probably remove one of these market tenders for now. And then eventually we're going to want to set one up for wine as well. I think that's probably going to fall under the luxury goods, which it costs a little more to make that upgrade. Let me take a look here for just a second. Yeah, luxury stall costs 150 gold. We've actually got that. So you know what? We'll go ahead and build that. And And we'll assign someone to start selling wine to everyone. And there's actually something else somebody was asking about, and that is, did I actually kind of destroy queuing that up? I don't know. Somebody was asking about how we gain more of these points, and I'll show you one of the ways that we're able to do that. So we've got these tents, and the tents actually add to splendor. You get two splendor for each of these different tents that you build. It also costs a lot to build them, but we'll go ahead and build one. We're going to put a tent right over one of these market stalls here. Makes it look a little cooler, and of course adds to the splendor. So let's go ahead and take a look, see if our bakery's done yet. Not quite. I really think I need another builder. So let's go ahead and make Dell a builder so we can move things along a little faster. And we've got 2 more villagers coming. I think we're probably going to put a little hold on immigration for now until I make sure that everything's kind of caught up. I don't want to overextend myself as far as the resources that I'm going to need. Make sure we have enough houses, make sure we have enough food to cover everybody before we start immigrating, getting more folks to immigrate. Okay, so the luxury slot for wine is complete. We're going to see how much that sells for. That should be a good money maker for me. And then the bakery is complete also, so we're going to need to reassign someone as a baker. I'm actually going to take Valeria from her duties as a soldier and move her over to bakery. How many bakers can I have? I can have 2, so we're actually going to take Ricky as well. So these 2 soldiers are going to be bakers now. So that'll get our bread going. And then hopefully we can start keeping up with the stockpile of wheat that we need. So taking a look right now, I've got 114 berries. Oh, we've unlocked new buildings because of the splendor of my village. Has unlocked a new tier of unlockables. Let's take a look and see what that is. I don't see anything yet. Maybe it just we're waiting on something here. I don't know. So continuing on over here, I've got 25 flour, 4 bread, so we're producing our first bread, but wheat is not yet keeping up. So I've got some work to do to kind of manage my resources a little better. So with the new splendor that we've added from adding our little tent there, we've actually unlocked the fisher's hut, which is going to be very helpful. We can also unlock the Lord Manor and a hedge. So we're going to get those 2 things going here. I'm going to pause for just a second while we do that. Let's go ahead and get that fisher hut, and we'll get that right down here by the water. Seems like the logical place to want to have a fisher's hut. There we go. So hopefully that's okay. I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be a problem that it's not quite out onto the water. Let's look at our Lord Manor as well. Oh, cool. So this is another one. Your very own manor. So we want to make this nice here. So we're gonna start with a core, and I guess we'll build that right. Let's get away from things a little bit over here down a nice riverfront area. Now, it was mentioned to me, and this is one of the things I appreciate so much, having viewers who know more about the game than I do, because I learn from you all, so thank you. So one of the things they mentioned was that you can drag these and make them bigger, which of course change how much splendor they have, how much they cost to build, how much they cost for maintenance. So it's also where we add a treasury, which allows me to store more gold than I currently have been able to store. So let's see, where did I end up putting that? Was it inside? Okay. I'm not entirely sure if I did or not. Alright, so let's attach that to the side here. And then we're going to make that a little bigger too, because that's a small treasury. We want to have lots of stores of gold. This is going to take a while to build, but at least when it's built, it'll be done right. So I don't know what the tower is going to add to things, but we're going to find out here in a second. Oh, it adds much to the splendor. Okay, so we're going to add a ton of splendor, but it is going to take a long time to build this thing. I'm maybe getting a little ahead of myself as far as how grand I'm making this thing, but hey, go big or go home. So there we go. We'll go ahead and get started on my very own manor, which will take forever to build because of the amount of planks that I'll need to make this happen. I think I probably, at least for now, need to stop the sale of planks through trade because I'm going to need every one that I've got. So let's go ahead and put a stop to that completely. And we'll start stockpiling planks. And we've got another unused worker here, so yeah, my workplace list is getting a little longer. I think we will go with the lumber camp. We'll add another woodcutter. There we go. Alright, so that's where things stand, and I think we're going to sit tight for a little while and let my village build up strength and build up resources before we start allowing more villagers in. And then once we get this manor done, we'll start thinking about walls and a gate. Make this look like a nice medieval kind of mini fortress. So I'm pretty excited about that. Alright, there's our fisher's hut, and it looks like the boat is in fact in the water. So that's some good news. We're going to go ahead and switch one of our woodcutters over here now to being a fisherman. And that'll, again, kind of give me a little more variety as far as the food that I'm offering to my people. I think I'm back at the place where I need some immigrants. So that didn't take very long. But if I'm going to start building a sheep farm and a tailor and a weaver, I'm going to need those additional workers for those things. So we're up to 40 of the planks that we need so far. Long way to go. But at least it's a fifth of the way there. Once that's done, we'll go ahead and build those. Well, let's take a look and see. I don't know exactly what the sheep farm entails. It actually doesn't require any planks. It does require some wood, but let's go ahead and get that going. And we'll put it right down here somewhere, because this is all my land now too. So, okay, right there's a good spot. All right, what are you asking for here? Bread. I do have bread. So now we get to gain something by that. You know what I don't have so far is clergy points. So we're going to help the clergy deliver the bread. All right, so the question is, how do I deliver said bread? I'm not entirely sure of that. So I'm going to look around and figure out how to do that. All right, so simple enough. I just need to have the bread in the warehouse. So we're going to go ahead and move some bread over to the warehouse. Once I do that, then I can click on this button and deliver that. And then we'll get those clergy points. And hopefully that means I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing maybe that's how I'm able to get a priest for my parish church. There we go. Perfect. All right, so let's take a look now. Let me see if that's what allows me to do that. No, not yet. How about if we edit? Will it allow us to get a priest then? No. All right, so I'm not entirely sure how we do that. Let's take a look. Oh, here we go. Additional parts for the church. Rustic church is now available for additional parts. Not entirely sure what that means yet. I'm looking forward to building a monastery though. That's going to be kind of fun. So, yeah, okay, I see. Now we have additional parts that are available. So let's edit the church and take a look at some of those new things. We can have a stone grave. We can have wooden crosses. Stone extensions now, but still no way to add a priest. So I don't know if maybe that's just something that isn't available in the game yet, or I just haven't unlocked the necessary things. So those of you out there who have played the game, if you know what it takes to get a priest, or if maybe that's just something that isn't answerable yet, let me know. All right, so another envoy is requesting an audience. They want 5 soldiers in return for 1,000 gold, 20 wine, and 10 of these military kingdom points. The problem is, of course, that I don't have the storage capacity for 1,000 soldiers, or 1,000 gold, but maybe, and a free territory. So we're going to say yes. So here's what's going to happen. Number one, I've got to divert some things over to be soldiers here. So let's go ahead and divert. There we go. How many does that give me? It gets me 3 soldiers. We got a lot of stone, so I think we can sacrifice at least 1 stone cutter and maybe 1 wood cutter to being soldiers. All right, so that'll give us 5 soldiers. Now, what I've got to do, I've got almost 500 gold now. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go ahead and see if we can trade for some planks. Is there anybody I can buy planks from? No, no, no. All right, so the next best option for me is that I've got to quickly increase the production that I have of planks, but I don't know that that's going to happen. So we might not get the gold. We might get some other things, but maybe at the very least what I do is buy up something else. You know, just spend my gold so it won't be completely wasted. All right, so I'm going to buy a bunch of tools, because tools are something I can always use, and that'll at least give me something to spend my money on. And we'll go ahead and send our soldiers out. Hessians, I guess they are. They're soldiers for hire. So, all right, 2 more coming. We'll go ahead and continue to allow them for now, because I think I could use the help. And I seem to be doing fine on food. I've got 20 fish now, 85 bread, 98 berries. So I seem to be keeping up with all of that. Let's see where we're at. The sheep farm's just about done. There's the tools, so that's going to get finished here in just a minute. And we're up to about halfway to the number of planks we need. All right, there's our sheep farm. That's finished. So we need to mark off some farmland here for the sheep farm. Actually, don't know if I need a farm field for sheep farm or not, but we'll go ahead and just connect it to the other farm, because if nothing else, they can use it for more wheat. All right, so now I believe what we have to do here is we actually have to, number 1, we'll assign an available villager, and then we need to spawn some sheep. And I think you can only spawn 4 before it kind of tells you, okay, no more. Come on, don't abuse. Okay, so 4 sheep, that'll be nice to start. Now we need a weaver hut. Now that is going to take some planks, and I don't have the gold for it right now because I just sent out a ton of gold to buy the tools that I need. So, and eventually we'll also build the tailor's workshop, which really doesn't cost a whole lot to build. Okay, there, now we've got enough for the weaver hut. So we're going to build that. Going to keep spending that gold as fast as it comes in so that we have as much available room for new gold. I'm going to look and see how we're doing on selling things. I've still got all of my wine, which makes me think that we're not actually selling any of the wine. Yeah, the stuff's there, but it doesn't appear we're selling any of it. Sold some bread, sold some berries. Probably our villagers aren't a high enough class of people to want wine yet. Right now, I think we've just got, commoners and serfs. Once we get up to, I think, citizen is the next level, and then we will probably be ready for that. I want to take a look at what commoners need. What they don't have right now that they need are clothing items. So what's holding my citizens back from growing right now to the next level is getting those sheep sheared and turned into clothing. Where are we at now on this? All right, 99. We're getting closer. All right, the soldiers are back from the mission. The sheep are being sheared. Watch this. It's awesome. Oh, yeah, he's skinny again. I love it. And it happens fairly quickly, so that's kind of nice to see. We're getting really close to the manor being done, but it's not going to be done in time for what I need. So let's go ahead and quickly, what do we have here? This is the weaver hut, so we need the tailor's workshop. Let's go ahead and spend that gold real quick before it's too late. And I want to pause real quick and just see if there's anything else I can spend gold on before we get too far. I think we've got pretty much everything else we need at the moment. There's a little bit of upfront cost to some of this stuff. Perhaps a decorative tree or two. Nah, I'm not really into decorative trees at the moment. We did gain another couple of employees. Ishmael, a very nice kind of Arab Old Testament name thing going on there. We need some more stone cutters. So I guess that's where we'll assign them for now. Eventually reassign those once my weaver and tailor are ready to go. All right, quest complete. So we gained some more kingdom points. There's actually a lot we can unlock now because of that. We won't be able to unlock anything further until we get more commoners. But I'm going to go ahead and queue up another gathering hut right over here by these resources. Because that'll give me an additional spot to get some berries as I continue to allow more workers to enter my village. My resource list keeps getting longer because I keep adding new available resources. Alright, my manor is almost done. Just a little bit less time, and I might have been able to get that full 1,000 gold. We're also very close on the Weaver Hut and the Tailor's Workshop, which are my next two things. And then, moving forward, probably not till episode 3, though, we're going to be an iron smelter, a blacksmith, a coal hut, and an iron mine. And we will have ourselves a pretty bustling village at that point. I'm probably at the place now I can go ahead and buy some more land. So let's keep expanding our glorious realm. I think we'll go this way. It's going to add 50 to my taxes, but not a huge deal. 4 new buildings unlocked. Really? Oh, okay, now we unlock the iron smelter, blacksmith, coal hut, and iron mine. So we're going to continue working on all these things. I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited about what's next here. Oh, they need help for the king, and this time I have the fish to meet your needs. So who do we want to give it to? Labor, that's where I need it the most. I need to help my people. All right. So now we've got to get the fish over into the warehouse. But first, I want to queue up some more area to be cleared that's close by. So we're going to start clearing these trees here. Open up some more space for my village. And then we'll go ahead and deal with that. And I think we're also going to want to give some more potential land for residential. Because I don't know if I need any more right now. But just in case we do, let's open up that land and make it available for the housing needs that may exist in my realm at the moment. There we go. All right, the manor is complete. I now have 1,100 gold is my max that I can store. So that's a definite improvement. I also completed my Weaver Hut, and I've got some more villagers coming. So as soon as we get them, there we go. We'll keep immigration going here for the time being. Oh, we can assign soldiers to the Lord's Manor as well. So, okay, so that's kind of awesome. Yes, I think we will do that. In fact, I think we might even switch some of the soldiers over that are currently at the keep and move them. So let's go ahead and do that. Still learning my way around things here a little bit. Gathering hut's complete, so a lot I have to deal with right now, so I kind of deal with all of that. There's our tailor's workshop. Let's get ourselves a tailor. We're going to have to, I think, assign a woodcutter for that. So there we have it. Some folks were asking about the resources as far as what the toll that this takes on your computer. So let me talk about that for just a second. I don't have a super high-end system. I have a GTX 1050 graphics card. I have 8 gigabytes of computer RAM. I don't even remember what my processor is. I bought the computer about a year ago. I bought a $500 desktop and then bought a $200 video card to put in it, is basically what I did. Maybe it was $130 for the video card. And I can run just about anything without too much trouble. Now, maybe really high-end games on high-end graphics would be a problem for me, but this game runs completely fine. I think I'm on... Oh, I was hitting escape, darn it, and that just makes all my stuff disappear. Let's look at the settings. I'm on high shadows quality. Everything else is enabled, and I'm running like around, 40 frames per second without any trouble at all. So it's not a real resource-heavy game for your computer. So now we're starting to produce these clothing items. What's that going to do? That's going to allow some of my people to start leveling up from commoner up to the next level, which I think is citizen. Once I do that, that's going to unlock some new options for me. It's going to kind of take the game again to another level. This continues to kind of increase in complexity and all the stuff you have to manage, and it gets harder and harder as time goes on. All right, there we have. We're getting all kinds of notifications of houses upgrading, and that's because commoners are upgrading their status to citizen. Now, with this comes some new problems because I've still got 24 serfs, which tells me that I'm not meeting enough of the serf needs to get them all up to the status of commoner. So while I'm watching people move into that kind of third strata of citizenry, of peoplehood, or whatever you want to call it, I've got to make sure I don't leave the other ones too far behind. You know, it's kind of that balance between making sure you have a healthy middle class, but also bringing the bottom up. So we're kind of dealing with all of that. Looks like another house is going up. So what I've got to do is look at my serfs and find out why. Why are they not upgrading faster? Now you can see these houses, they're upgrading. So these are my citizens now. It's really cool how that happens. It's a lot of fun to watch. So I want to look at some of my serfs and see what they're lacking. And it seems like it has to do with church. So that's kind of our problem right now. Let's see what we need to do to deal with that. This can only accommodate 30, and of course we've got 46. So we definitely need to go way bigger with the church. And I feel like maybe the church that I have is just not enough. So maybe we can add to the core of this thing and kind of make it bigger in the process. All right. That's going to give me a villager capacity of 50. That's probably a good place to start. So we'll deal with that, and I think that'll be enough. We can do stone extensions too. That only adds to splendor. Oh, it does add to capacity as well. So maybe we add a stone extension onto this bad boy. It's a weird looking church, but it's going to have to do the job for now. I don't think there's a way to kind of drag it out sideways, is there? It doesn't appear there is. It looks like only kind of up is the way to go. So, all right. Hey, whatever. Whatever makes it work for now. Let's get working on that. We're going to need 66 stone to do that, which I don't quite have. But by the time they get that far, I probably will. I think I'm maxed out on stone cutters at the moment. So once we get that upgrade to the church done, that should accommodate the needs of additional villagers and raise their status up. We're getting a warning here. We got some people that are stuck. Looks like so that that's just kind of a housekeeping issue. I don't think there's much I can do about that. That's just pathfinding for the people as they move around. We'll have to keep an eye on what things I'm producing enough of and what I'm not producing enough of. But it seems at the moment that that's the main issue, is just getting that church upgraded. Now, I want to look at the commoners and see what their needs are and how they're being met. It seems like they are for the most part, with the exception of church. So I think church is going to solve a lot of the problems. New building unlocked. Okay, let's take a look at that. Don't know what it is exactly. Oh, it's a cypress. Oh, a fountain? 500 gold for a fountain. I'm about to max out on gold, so I want a fountain. Here we go. We're going to put a nice, lovely 500 gold fountain right here in the center of the town. So I'm excited about that. This is going to be nice. Add a little, ambiance to the area. I'm adding another food stall. I think we need to be able to sell fish. And I don't think I've got a way to do that so far. It looks like we're starting to consume wine now that we've got citizens. I've got currently 20 serfs, 16 commoners, 12 citizens. But that number of serfs is going to change more to commoners once we get enough church available for them. Once we get this stall built, we'll be able to start selling fish. And I don't think there's a whole lot else I need to worry about right now. Let's take a look at how things are going with the church. It's coming along pretty nicely. It's nearly done, actually. We've got 2 more villagers coming in. We're getting close to being maxed out. I can assign some of them as soldiers for the time being. because eventually then we're going to, in the next episode, we're going to start working on iron smelter, blacksmith, coal hut, iron mine. So that'll be for the next episode. But for this episode, we're going to finish up this church, and I want to see the impact that it has. My happiness has gone down a little bit. It's down to 74, and you can see that our villagers are lacking. Most of it has to do with church. 44 villagers lacking adequate worship right now. But we're about to be able to solve that problem. I want to look. I don't think there's anything else I can unlock right now. No, it doesn't appear that way. All right, church is done. Let's watch this happiness rise now. Hopefully. Yeah, so it allows up to 60, and we've actually got only 50, so that should accommodate worship for everyone now. At least in theory. So we'll watch and see if that happens, and we'll see if that number of serfs actually changes. In the meantime, a couple of things here. I'm about to max out on gold again, so I'm going to go ahead and buy up some more available land because I've still got some more free land coming my way. So I'm going to buy up all of that. So you can see now I got a lot more room to grow. I'm at the max of the free land that I have available to me now. And I'm building another well because I noticed that there were some issues with lacking adequate water. All right, here it looks like we're going to have the envoy coming to seek an audience again. The problem is I'm maxed out at 1,100 gold already, so I'm actually doing pretty good in that department. I might have to stop selling so many things in trade. In fact, maybe that's what I'll do. So I'm going to revisit that, but I'm going to stop right there. I think that's a good stopping point. A lot happened, but a lot still to be done. Even though this game's only in alpha, plenty of gameplay so far and plenty more that I can still do. And so I'm looking forward to what will continue to happen as they continue to work on this game. Let me know your thoughts. If there's things you think I need to learn that I haven't yet, questions that you have that I can answer in my limited experience in the game so far, please use that comment section below. Hit that thumbs up if you would. If you're interested in learning more about being a supporter of this channel, you can do that through Patreon. The link is in the description as well. Head over to Discord if you want to have more discussion that is a little easier to do outside of the realm of YouTube. I try to get there as often as I can. Sometimes I'm better at that than others, as others will attest to. But I appreciate each and every one of you, especially all the new folks that have come to the channel because of this game. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I and my family appreciate you so much. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again in a few days with the next episode.